What if I told you that your DNA isn't your destiny? So for a very long time, the medical community has reinforced this idea of genetic determinism. Now, genetic determinism is the idea that your DNA has a rigid blueprint. It basically suggests that your brain is permanently hardwired at birth and that the environment doesn't really matter so much. So things started to shift about 20 years ago. And I found a recent paper from 2026 that talks all about this. So it's called Epigenetics. So this is really cool. So in epigenetics, chemical markers are added on top of the DNA to act like switches. They basically control whether a gene is turned on or off. So epigenetics shows us that your DNA is actually like a massive switchboard. See, you might be born with neurodivergent genetics, but it's actually the environment that controls the volume on those dials. So this includes things like stress, toxins, poverty, pretty much any environmental condition that you can think of. So let's think about how this might tie on to us. When you spend decades forcing your brain to mask, surviving spaces that are loud and unaccommodating, and enduring chronic systemic stress, think of how much your body is going to be flooded with stress hormones. So this trauma literally flips your epigenetic switches on, turning the volume of your sensory and cognitive struggles all the way up to 11. And this is why you have severe burnout. But here is the absolute coolest thing about epigenetics. Those switches that control the volume on your genes, they're reversible. So when you finally get into a safe, neuro-affirming environment and stop forcing the mask, your nervous system can physically heal. So you just need an environment that stops triggering your body's alarm system. What is one thing in your environment that instantly triggers your nervous system and one thing that helps it feel safe? Let's talk about it in the comments. And if you ever feel like you need someone to talk to, need a safe space, we offer assessments and testing for people in California. And we also offer global neuro-affirming virtual counseling for anyone in the world. And we also have free virtual screeners that you can take. Go to our bio and you'll be able to find a place where you can get matched with a therapist, which will help to guide you towards the type of therapy that you need.